Number pi. Pi, 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 pi. So, hello, I am Amar, and this video is about pi. So, what is pi? Well, firstly, it is an irrational number, which means that it cannot be written as a fraction. Secondly, it is a constant, which means that it will always be the same. Thirdly, it is very connected with circles. It is used to calculate their circumference and their area. Whenever you see a circle or anything round, you must know that there is pi in it. And lastly, since circles are used in everyday jobs, pi is very, very important. Now, when we know what is pi, let's answer some more questions. Where does pi come from? Who invented it? When was it invented? Well, for starters, pi wasn't invented but discovered. Pi always existed because pi is just a number, and numbers are the way to represent amounts. Secondly, pi wasn't discovered just once, but many times, by many different people and at many different places, such as Babylon, Egypt, India, and China. In these places, pi was discovered at different times. In some, it was discovered earlier, in some, it was discovered later. But what is important is that in all of these places, they used different methods to calculate pi. Speaking of methods, how do we actually calculate pi? Well, there are many different ways to calculate it. For instance, this one. Now, on the screen, we see this formula. In this formula, n represents a variable, and the bigger this variable is, the solution of this formula is going to be closer and closer to pi. As you see in this table, as the n gets bigger and bigger, the solution gets closer and closer to pi. But doing all of this work by hand is pretty hard and needs a lot of time, which is why we use computers. Ta-da-ta-ta! Computers calculate pi much faster than any mathematician would be able to. Some years ago, some mathematicians needed a whole year to calculate only 50 digits of pi. But today, with computers, we can do it in just seconds. The current world record for the calculation of pi with most decimal places is held by Timothy Millikan, who managed to calculate 50 trillion decimals of pi with his computer. The end.